Hi, I'm Zia. This is Chasing the Moon RV, and if you're coming back for the van tour, you're just in time. I hope you enjoy it. Before I bought Luna, I had another van, a small Transit Connect XLT. Very small little van. It was used as a coffee delivery van. When I bought it, I could still smell the coffee, which was fine with me. My son-in-law built it out for me. I did some of the painting and came up with the design idea that I felt would work best for me. And I absolutely loved it when it was finished. I named the van Emma after my mom because she passed away in 2019, and the money that she left me enabled me to buy Emma. I did 1 month-long trip in her in September of 2021, and as much as I loved the way she looked inside, and I'll insert some photos or video clips of her here. She was so good on gas and so easy to park and stealth camp in. But I realized that she had come along maybe 10 years too late. She was just too small. I had had some joint replacement surgery. I was starting to deal with arthritis. And it just, especially with Charlie with me, was just too small. I couldn't stand up in her. Most of the storage was under the bed. And I thought, okay, I've left it too late. And I didn't get depressed, but I got disheartened thinking that my journey was never going to happen. And then one day I said to myself, no, it's still going to happen. You just need a bigger van. And that's how Luna came about. Luna is a 1994 Dodge Ram 350 Class B camper van, Royal Coach. She has gray water and black water tanks, which I don't use. She has a furnace, fridge operated by propane, and a hot water heater and water tank. This is the cab, or my living room. I spend a fair bit of time in the passenger seat, which is a swivel. Very comfortable. Banners up here. I have my Wanderlust candle and a few little crystals and cards to hand out to people. Handy little thing for masks, sunglasses, a little bottle of sanitizers, tissues, and of course all of my travel guides. Charlie's bed is at the base of mine. My bed is permanently fixed. Very cozy. It was a U-shaped eating nook, but I knew that I didn't want to be putting the bed up and down every day, so we filled it in, and I bought a wonderful Canadian-made mattress, 8-inch memory foam, and underneath it I have an air vent flow to prevent mold. Basket for extra bits and pieces there. My little lap harp in the corner. And just some decorative items. I have a Lucy light in each corner. Solar powered. I put them on the dash to power them up. They've got 3 settings plus flashing. And that, along with the little string lights are more than enough light to read my books at night. One of my favorite things in the van is this. It was an item I found in a thrift shop that I was almost embarrassed to take up to the cash desk. But I had my son-in-law cut it down. I'll put a picture of how it looked when I bought it. It's quite funny. I painted the edge of it. I inserted some cork. And it holds everything I need. My books, my journals, pens, tissues. I have a closet actually here, but I mainly keep pool noodle for aquafit exercises, my camp chair, my outdoor rug, microwave, but I just use it for storage. So I keep mainly an outdoor tablecloth, napkins, that sort of thing in there. This drawer underneath has all my pots and pans. I have a fridge which holds more than enough for me. Including a freezer that has some Ben & Jerry's ice cream in it. And of course, from Sperling Vineyards where I stayed, a bottle of rosé, Pinot Noir rosé. Cutlery, utensils, more storage. In this cupboard next to the bed, it's where I keep my Jackery battery. I can plug in my phones and iPad to recharge at night. Above the stove is where I keep my dishes, my coffee mug, water bottle, salt, pepper, spices, peanut butter, sugar, that sort of thing. These two cupboards are my pantry, my dry goods. More than enough room for food to last me a few weeks, actually. The cupboard over my bed, one of them holds CDs for when I'm driving. I have a small DVD player, which I haven't used yet. And this last cupboard over my bed is where I keep all my creative things. There's some beads in there, some watercolors, some other art supplies. There is all my notes on a novel I actually wrote that I'm hoping to finish editing while I'm on the road. Behind the driver's seat there was another passenger seat, which I didn't need. So I had my son-in-law take it out, and he built this little box because we couldn't take out the swivel mount for the seat. So he mounted a box on top of it, and this zipper case holds all of my clothes except for my winter ones. So it's been perfect. This little pocket here holds Charlie's pee pads for if I'm not with him, some of his toys and other accessories, his raincoat, his little winter jacket. Oh, you just saw me pull it out. What's that, Charlie? What's that? You want to go get that? What have you got? Want to bring it here? Charlie? Underneath the box is plenty of storage for all of my shoes and a few things tucked away at the back. I also had my son-in-law mount a shelf for me. It's a drop-down shelf, but I've got my Berkey water filter on there. So I can fill up that water filter from almost any water source, and it will purify it, take out about 99% of anything that you wouldn't want in your drinking water. And of course, I had to have a plant. This is the one of the realities of van life. This is in the morning. I have stored the water bottles in the door well. I have some firewood there with some extra bags on top, which is very nice as a footstool because Charlie likes to lay across my lap sometimes. And then in my door, I have a reminder to myself. Enjoy the little things. Another item that's very special to me is this view of Cultus Lake, where my family has holidayed since the 1950s. It was a painting done by Chelsea Lee, done for my birthday. Very special place in my heart. I have another candle here, my coffee, tea, and sugar, which are all attached with heavy-duty tape underneath. They stay very firm. And I didn't want to get all the fabric behind the stove splattered with fat, so I found a piece of copper to put there. I have to figure out a way to finish off the edge. It's just held on with Velcro right now. I have a planter of succulents, which I move when the stove is on. A 2-burner gas stove, my very important kettle, and the little pot that was one of the best buys I've made yet. And then I brought this from home. This was on my mom's windowsill over her sink for years. Before washing dishes, hang 3-carat diamond ring on the hook. And she bought that on vacation one year. I just love it. I also had my son-in-law repurpose the large table that was at the back eating area, and he's put it on drop-down brackets, so it's quite comfortable for me to sit and eat, work on my laptop. I do have a water tank, and a hot water heater, but I'm not using it right now. I'm keeping things pretty simple and just boiling the kettle when I need hot water. Under the cover, which this really does help extend my counter area, I keep cutting boards and hot pads and things like that. Under the kitchen sink, garbage can, dog food, paper towel, that sort of thing. I have the quintessential junk drawer, and then underneath it, pantry area. It holds 2 side by side. One question everyone has is about a bathroom, and I do have a toilet closet. I had my son-in-law attach this for me for all my daily use toiletries. There's a bag with all my blow dryers and things. Toilet paper. I have towels hanging on this side. I use 2 magazine file holders, one on each side of the toilet, to hold cleaning supplies on one side and toilet paper, etc. on the other. There is no shower in here, and I only use the toilet for emergency. And since I mentioned that I don't use the black water tank, the way I use the toilet is using compostable toilet bags that you can buy for camping. I have a roll of them down here. So they're compostable. These ones I do not recommend. They tend to split, which is not fun. There are some very good ones you can buy. And then a little bit of kitty litter. And just dispose of it the way you would your dog's bag after you take your dog for a walk. So there you have a bit of an overview of the interior of Luna. Charlie's just been for a walk, having a little rest now. There's a bit of a close-up of my beddings and my cushions. Very cozy place to be. And when I found this one, as much as I loved the layout, I didn't like the interior finishing. As I mentioned before, I didn't like the orange colored wood. I didn't like all the teal, including on the ceiling. And I am still thinking, even though I found a way to tie it together with my bedding, I think that worked quite well. And I lightened up, this was like a dark teal solid velvet curtain here, and I lightened it up with kind of a white linen one. I'm still thinking about toying with the idea of painting the cabinets maybe a cream color. Either that or painting the teal ceiling a cream color. I can do it. I did it in my smaller van, which was a very dark gray felty kind of fabric. I painted that and it turned out fine, so I know I could do it in here. So let me know what you think. Do you think I should paint the cabinets? Do you think I should paint the ceiling? Or do you think she's just fine and cozy the way she is? I'm kind of getting used to it now. Anyway, that's how this van came about. She's got everything in her that I need and more. And enough room for Charlie to move around a little bit. I can even toss his toys for him and he'll retrieve them and bring them back. So it's working out really, really well for me. I'm so happy that I bought it. I love driving it. I find it really easy to drive. I was worried because it doesn't have, being an older van, doesn't have a backup camera. But I'm getting the hang of it. And I kind of like that she doesn't have a lot of fancy bells and whistles in her. There is some sort of an antenna on top that I can see through those two upper windows. That reminds me a little bit when I look out at being on the Starship Enterprise. So I don't know if there was a TV or something in here at one point, although I can't imagine where they would have put it. Oh, I think I forgot to show you the garage area. It's under the bed at the back. When you open the back doors, there's a small area. It's only about this wide and not very deep. It doesn't hold very much at all, but it does come in handy for the things that you don't want to carry inside with you. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you've got any inspiring ideas for me of things to do or add to the van, let me know. That's the end of the van tour. So I hope, as always, wherever you are, morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope you've had a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.